Oh. That's weird. Hang on. Haha. There you go. I think that should be better. It's using the wrong... Well, I didn't have a microphone connected at all, apparently, at the beginning. Then it changed to the wrong microphone. And now I've got the actual microphone connected back up. So there we go. Apologies. We are live, though. Just gonna get the first race set up. Circuit de la Sarre, which will be an interesting one. The modern Circuit de la Sarre as well. Yeah, I'm actually gonna... Gonna throw a quick little race with a smattering of AI, because slipstream is gonna be very important here. So we're actually gonna want a small little grid to run against here, and yeah, it should be up soon. AC takes its time. There we go. Get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. I've got to crank the fuel up, so I don't know how much fuel we're gonna need. I'll leave it the standard for now, and we'll see how much we use around the lap. Use that to judge, roughly. This is going to be an interesting one. Qualifying is going to be quite interesting as well, because it's basically going to be one shot. Maybe a little too much there. Flipping. I think that has put me a little too far back. No! Crap. Yeah, you can see that slipstream is so strong that they are just ripping away from me. So I need to absolutely nail these chicanes. You can see we're down to 46, into the 46 liters already. Margin. And this, I think, is on 1 times fuel. So we're going to be going through quite a lot here. Of course, laps are quite long also. But there is quite a lot of flat-out running in these laps, so... I'm going to use quite a lot. Yeah, we're kind of screwed here. Oops, someone's crashed. Might just be cars going over there. I've closed up a little bit. The AI, we're down to 44. This is on 1 times as well. So we're looking at like maybe 10 liters a lap or so. This is without slipstream assistance, granted, but and with sort of taking it quite easy at the start. So you're into a bit of a doozy for fuel consumption tonight, especially with the 2x on the SRS server. Oh dear. I've binned it. Great start. And freaking-tastic. Just didn't get going. Okay, if we're using 10 liters a lap, we're going to be using almost 20 liters a lap come the actual race. If not more. Which is crazy. Might mean we only have about enough fuel for 7 laps. I don't know how long a lap's gonna be here. But ideally we'd want it to be... It should be over 3 minutes. Yeah, look at that. The difference in the slipstream. 10 mile an hour faster. Just from having that tow. Crazy stuff. Of course, the funny way how slipstreaming works in AC. Side drafting and stuff. Oh my god, okay, you don't want to run those curves. Oh no. That's gone very well. Right, we restart again. This on 1 times fuel, right? Right. That does work. Check that. I guess not. Upgrade's going to 320 laps. It could be 7 laps. We'll start fuel saving for 7 laps. It might not go 7 laps. That's a good point. We're gonna Formula E this race. Go like... Oh! Stupid AI. Gonna go like Peloton style. Okay, those curbs are deadly. I have no idea how I'm gonna run on this race, because this is such a wild card. Oh, shit. You saw nothing. Absolute dive into there. Oh, thanks, AI. A little bit of steer through there. Try to pull him in. Or not quite. Not sure he's gonna pull me in though. Say I behind. He should just be within. Yep, there we go. Just within the slipstream range now. He's got another car behind him, going even faster. Actually gonna block this guy. He's gonna try and make it 3 wide. Oh no! fucking AI. Oh, it's broken. I was like, okay, I'll block him. He's got a massive run. I'm just gonna. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna go 3 wide. And then just cut straight across my nose. I'm hoping that doesn't happen in the race. But you never know. You never know. It's basically server time already, though. Oh, no. This is gonna be terrible, isn't it? Hopefully it'll be fun, at least. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting, though, that's for sure. Probably did stay in the sidelines, yeah. But it's like, yeah... I'm hoping a real human, at least, has the knowledge to not completely murder me. Unlike ACAI. That are not very smart. Hello. Yeah, it's kind of a two-pronged thing with getting the AI right in AC. You've got to have the right line set up on the track, and then you've got to... And then on top of that, you've also got to run a good AI line. And if either of those are bad, everything goes to shit. Which is great. I love when that happens. You need to respect them. Shocking, I know, yeah. That's the sad thing, is how often the AI lines and all the AI details that make the AI good, or better, should I say, and they're rarely ever good in AC, is kind of just ignored for the most part. Like, they just kind of neglect it. I get it's not easy to do, but at the same time, it's like... It's not gonna kill you. It's not gonna kill you to do it. You've already put in enough effort to make the rest of the track. What's it gonna do putting a bit more? I'm gonna go around to play some AC again after not catching up for like 4 months. How did it go? Boss, I got 140 liters of fuel on board. So we're gonna see how this runs. Fair enough. It's just gonna kill the top speed actually going down here. And not much actually. Filtering up cars and tracks I don't want to keep. Well, basically doesn't affect me at all. Albeit, I'm looking at that number and it's going down, down, down. We're already... Oh no! This fuel consumption is dreadful. Oh, no drip. Oh my god. If it's at the 131 before I breathe. That's 9 liters we've burnt through already. $10 liters now. Oh, madness. steer in the white lines, make sure they can take turns and have some good side by side. Yeah, that's the thing with the... One issue I do have with AI in sim racing game, in like racing games sometimes, is sometimes you kind of have to drive in a different way than you maybe would to play into the AI. Try and make sure that you don't compromise the AI unintentionally. Like they fixed it a bit now, but it's still not massively great, the AI in Lift for Speed. But the old AI in Lift for Speed used to have a big problem where if you squeeze them against a wall, they would back out instantly. They wouldn't even try, and I don't even know how much fuel I want for qualifying. A lot is the answer. Yeah, they wouldn't even try and like stick with you if you shoved it up their inside. And you, like, squeeze them out to the wall, they just jump on the brakes instantly. You almost had to race in a way where you didn't pin them to the wall, because otherwise they would just jump out immediately and just give up. I don't know how these softs are going to run me in qualifying, but we'll see. We don't have a lot of time, so just gamble and go. Seems like everyone else on the mediums, though. It's all they were behind me for like 4 laps, so a little slip on the final turn lost me a few tenths, and that was enough for them to go step by step to turn 1 and open technically clean. Fair enough. Yeah, I do have a bit more straight line speed, thank you. Maybe less slow? Not to say. We'll have overcooked that. It's looking like it's going to be some serious fuel consumption. There's genuinely a risk that we might not have enough. And we'll have to save a little bit. Depends on the pace. I haven't actually completed a full lap around here yet. Depends on how much we're using and what the pace is going to be. I really need some background noise to drive to. All thoughts on a battle. Driving alone is boring as fuck. Yeah. I don't mind it. Sometimes. Yeah, pretty much will always stick. Unless it's like a rally, I pretty much always have other cars on track, and even if it is a rally, I would rather have some kind of AI timing behind the scenes as well. But if I am, like, leading a race, I don't mind that as much, as long as I know the fact that I am in a race, sort of thing. Like, I have done some Lift for Speed AI races before, and I have, like, intentionally opted for, like, off-sync strategies, because, like, say, like, I got hit by an AI earlier on, like, broke my suspension or something, and so I was like, fuck it, I'll pit now, and try and outrun the cycle. 327, oh god. Now it's for an outlap as well. We might actually be able to clock. We might actually have to do a bit of saving here. That is quite funny to think of. Well, you don't really have an option. It would be cool to have something of a 1v1 rally. Okay, or something like that. Feels like an untapped market. I disagree. 1v1 on tracks like that is just rubbish. I'd rather it be rallies. I'd rather it the way rallies are now. You know, at least you are competing against... You can't see them, but you are competing against someone. You know, there is an incentive to go fast. But like with a 1v1, it's like... You lose everything that makes a 1v1 on those roads. Well, those roads make everything that makes a 1v1 interesting not. Because if you're the lead car, you just block to oblivion, and if you're the chase car, you just have this gaping obstacle in front of you. That's why I never really liked like the whole toge racing stuff in AC. So it's just too cramped. I mean, GTA, though, even the narrower roads are quite wide. And contact is way less punishing between... Oh. Didn't even get a time to finish the lap. Okay, well... That was pointless. Yeah, only Yari and Hanu got a valid lapping because I got... bonked. And who's on the front row? I don't think he's liking that. Oh, Jim's just in a standard Ferrari, huh? Dirt 3 also had the mods to get a 4-car battles on certain stuff. Yeah, Dirt Rally 1 had like a... Just for the luck, I think we'll all definitely need it. Yeah, Dirt Rally 1 had like an any car, any track mod, I remember. And you could do like rallycross events, technically, on the rally stages, which meant like... Which meant you could have like 6 cars on a rally stage, which is pretty cool. Everyone logged up a bit. Oh, yes, header fill. I'll try and close up to Yari a little bit more, though. Anu is in the lead. I think everyone's just taking it a bit cautiously at the moment. Airing past. Will I make it past? I think I will. I'm not quite. I think he's striking back a bit. Yeah, catching up to Hanu though. He locks up a bit. It's going to stack us up. Oh, I had a bit of a wobble there. That wasn't good. Now it's Hanu to run away a little bit. He's all over the place. I don't want to dare run that line though, because the car bottoms out over that. I should have taken this as a bit of opportunity to lift and coast a little bit. Make use of the opportunity whilst I can. Oh, he's pulled away a little bit. Too much there. It's not good. That had raid circuits, you'd have a co-driver with his big bumpy circuit track. Like real rally raid. I didn't know Original Dirt had that, actually. I haven't played Dirt 1, 2, or 3. One of these days, maybe I should, but I just haven't. Bill is in third, but the other day on Xenia works fine. There's a PC version, though, no? I'm pretty certain there's a PC version you could just get. Oh, that curb was not friendly. Delisted? Yeah, but, it's still available. Not through official means, as per se, but it's no different to getting an emulated copy. Yeah, I would like to have an official copy, but if not, I'd rather have it on PC than console. This console emulation has compromises. And it's catching right up in through the Porsche curves. This hassle of Xenia. Really? I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked into it too much. But now I'm in the bad seat now. I can break Turtle, that'd be pretty sweet. From Hanu. One ISO that you placed 1.4 and wanted ISO. If it works, it works. But I doubt it'd be that much harder to get the PC version up and going. I mean, again, you probably just download an ISO, run an installer, and bish bash bosh. Depends it fixes. Maybe, but I mean, depends. Not all of them. And I mean, emulation. I mean, I don't know how it runs on Xenia, but it might be a little buggy. I know Xbox emulation is, especially 360 isn't quite fully there yet. I mean, if it works, then good. But I typically prefer to get PC versions where I can fix up the PC version, unless like it's cases where the game is obviously better on a separate console, mind you, like 007 Nightfire. Younger me was happy to see that game was on PC, then I realized that the PC game was a completely different game. Nothing like the PS2 version that I loved as a kid. It was some weird gold source contraption. Because Gearbox, I guess, couldn't be bothered. Always better on PC for sure, but I prefer less hassle these days. Fair enough. I'm used to a little bit of tinkering here and there, so I don't mind it too much. I mean, it's basically my job, really, to fuck around and tinker with things, so... Yeah, I mean, I guess for some people that's enough to be like, oh no, I can't bother, but... You know... And sometimes I do just be, can't be bothered, but... Yeah, it is fun to tinker still. It's still telling me a little bit in the doo-doo on fuel. Which isn't great. I'm hoping that's just kind of going to sort itself out. But the slightly other annoying issue I have to deal with is that it seems like my headset cable is dying again. So I have to keep adjusting it, otherwise the audio goes a little funny. Which is annoying, because I don't think I replaced it that long ago, but oh well. I don't mind tinkering when I mod PC games that I already know. Just not when I want to get the thing working. Yeah, fair enough. Hanu and Tier are side by side back there. Hoping Hanu can hold him off, but no. Unless he catches a nice slipstream down there. That fuel number is going up slightly, which I'm not a lover of. That being said, we are almost halfway into the race, and I do have over half fuel, so I do want a little bit more than half fuel, but probably only about 3 minutes worth. Which, well, I guess that is about 20 liters. So maybe, yeah, maybe I am a little bit in doo-doo at the moment, but we'll see. Need to do some mental maths. I need to work out. And also, I'm trying to advise to put Steam when possible instead of on other launchers. Yeah, it's nice to have everything on Steam, albeit I think for some older games it is just better to buy them on GOG, because they do some like nice little fixes and stuff for them. God, that wasn't good. Put the teeter a lot closer. No bueno. One thing I do like, though, that GOG started up... Oh, shit. God damn it. Massively screwed me. I haven't used it in a long time. Ooh. Pound of last. Ooh. You love to see it. That was the last. One mistake. 317. Crazy stuff. I'm lying, I gotta work my ass off to try and get back up through the field. I think it's potentially doable. Should put away a little bit, but might have just reeled them in enough. Not quite to do anything here, but maybe next time. We're in the pool now. Maybe. Oh, what's that side? Ooh! Let him go. That was pretty adventurous for me. I think we maybe both could have made that, but it is what it is. I think we both backed off a bit. You're in the ice shoes. Yeah, with GOG, I mean, yeah, I did neglect GOG for quite a while as well, but I started using it a little more lately. As I was saying as well, they do have a pretty nice program where they have like a bit of a wish list for people, so people can like request games and they get voted on and stuff. And then obviously if there's like, if it gets high up enough, then they kind of like work out a deal. Well, they'll try and like work out a deal with the license holders. See if they can bring it to PC. Like Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. At the end of last year, I think got bought forward onto, or got bought onto PC. I think most of them originally already were on PC, but this kind of brought up their PC versions a bit more in line. Made them work on like modern systems and whatnot without much faff, which is pretty nice. Oh, a little wide there. You know what, you're recently bought the Lara Croft Remasters first free. Oh. I haven't played any of the old Tomb Raiders yet, actually. Well, I think Jim got a penalty. Now the hope here is that everyone else runs out of fuel. I don't. Oh, Phil's had a big off. Coming up, I didn't feel like taking my chances. Yeah, we got a bit of a 3-car battle here, though. Oh, 6 pounds because 456 remasters are out. Oh, okay. I haven't played the original yet. The only Tomb Raiders I've played is the 2013 reboot, because that was given out for free, and then I picked up the I think it's the Legend trilogy, so Legend, Anniversary, and Underworld, for like absolutely peanuts on Steam one year. I beat both Legend and Underworld, but I softlocked myself on Anniversary and gave up, because I didn't really like it. Legend and Underworld were alright, though. Legend was probably the best of the three. Hmm. 2013 was okay, I guess. I don't really have any strong feelings for it, really. I played it, I had fun. I don't regret my time playing it. It's not really a game I'd ever really go back to. It was a video game. It gave me about 8 to 10 hours worth of fun. So I really can't complain about that. But, beyond that, largely forgettable. I did find it funny, though, how it was like... There's basically... There are two key things of the game. It was basically... One, it was basically, how the fuck does Lara survive this, the game? She kept getting thrown into, like, cheating death scenarios. And then, it was like... You'd get to some place only for your friends to be there before you, completely unscathed. So it's like... Well, where the fuck were the friends going? Because they clearly had the right idea. Lara trudged through all this shit, nearly died several times. You know, she's all ragged and worn at the end of the game. Bruised, battered, injured. And all our friends are squeaky clean. That's like, well... like it's a bad story fatigue, fair enough. Happens sometimes. Oh, Phil's overcooked it. It'll be interesting to see how the fuel picture's playing out now, though. $35 liters left. It's going to be cutting it pretty fine. And even for me. And I think we should finish this lap. So actually, that's a big problem. We're going to finish this lap. That is a big problem. Mattia is almost 20 seconds up the road. He's going to shave quite a lot of that off. I think Phil is just saving fuel at the moment. So we'll save him train time. Not fully sure I have enough. Especially if Mattia finishes this lap, which he might well do. I need at least 20 left in the tank. Yeah, not finished. I thought he would. Ah, there we go. Just clocks that lap. I'm gonna have just enough fuel. Should be able to go flat here, I think. I tried to make sure I had enough. I'm gonna get a pretty crummy result, but at least I'll finish. That's what I'm kind of banking on here. Right at the moment, I am the worst I could possibly be at, but the bank is that people are either gonna run out or they're gonna have to back off quite a lot to make it. Whereas I could afford to go flat out here. At least relative. Of course, I have no idea what other people's fuel scenarios are like, so kind of just have to guess. But, I think it's going to be relatively tight even for me to make it, so I don't know what the others are like. where it turns out the Ferrari actually has a bigger tank. Would be a pretty big bro moment if it did. After Hanu was falling, so I wonder if he's saving. I only have 8 liters left in mine. I'm hoping that should be enough to take me to the end. Not a lot to spare. I think we should be good. Yeah. You're finished. Not really a great spot for overtaking here, but oh, Jim lost it. Unlucky there. B16. Oh. 1.3 liters left, and that was with a full tank. Robocop Road City. And we ran out just at the line. A lot of coasted towards the end, yeah. I really threw that away for myself, though. That was a big blunder. Crazy how much, like, one mistake just completely flips the race on the head. That was a streamer moment, yeah. I'm not gonna hide that. I fucked it up, well and truly. I don't even know how I did it. I think I just hit the curb. It probably was. These cars are very sensitive, so pretty much any kind of, like, wrong step is enough to just kill the car outright. Let us see. We'll find out. It wasn't the Robocop game kind of good, though? I thought, from what I heard. I haven't played it, but I heard it was pretty decent. First ever race at the mod on there. Really? Yeah, you did pretty well. Led for a while, too. I was very cautious at the start here. I didn't want to run into anyone. It's a lot easier to race here, even in LMP1s. These Formula 1 cars are all over the place. Everyone's stacked up, but nobody died at the first corner, which is great. On train line, so there'll be flashbacks into Merton. Take to save fuel in the slipstream, not to lead. Yeah, it's not a bad strategy. One thing I'm curious about, actually, is how much fuel the Ferrari has. I don't know how much they were saving. Well, how much fuel and how much fuel they were using every lap. It's kind of a two-pronged thing. And if they have, like, more fuel, then it's kind of pointless if they're using more as well. Saved every lap but the last. Yeah, I wasn't really saving the opening stint. I was just kind of doing the same style I usually do, which is like Okay, I was saving a bit. But not much. I think here is mainly just I didn't deem it worth it to try and overtake. Full tank was 142. Oh, so you have... The Ferrari has 2 more liters. Makes all the difference. How much were you burning every lap? I think mine was about 19 or 20 liters. I crossed the line with 1 liter to spare out of 140. Here we go, yeah, I caught up to Hannah here. Blasted past. Yeah, I was hoping I would maybe, like, save enough through about 20 per lap. Okay. It's about the same on the consumption. Just have ever so slightly more. Not that that 2 liters would get you massively far here, but it's a nice little cushion to have. That's only 1.5 laps to go. I actually pushed pretty much. I did save a little bit on the final lap, even, but I did push most of it because I'd saved the lap before. Was that the right play? I'm not sure, but it's what I did. And I mean, the race was already... I'd already thrown the race in the bin, so it didn't matter too much. I was kind of hoping that more people were going to run out of fuel. But nobody did. Everyone made it, I think. Which was, I would say a bit of a shame, but it sounds a little harsh. It's the lap where I fucked it. Or was it next lap? It was next lap, okay. Damn, at this speed, the wheels are kind of a little bit invisible. Not the same on the Ferrari? No. Not the same on the Ferrari. Interesting. Williams has ghost wheels. Confirmed. On to get the Robo game, it's 12 euro, fair enough. Oh yeah, I nicked the curb there. So just a tiny nick, and that completely threw the car off balance. Nowhere near as bad as what I was about to do, mind you. What is it next lap? That next lap looks longer. On Steam dealings in 2 days. Oh yeah, there we go. Just clipping it there, running on it just a little bit. Absolutely threw the car off balance, bang into the wall. And then a penalty for good measure. Which put me down to plumb last. One mistake. From P1, P6. And then, you lined him up pretty nicely. But the slipstream in these cars is very strong, and I was like, I'm gonna try. And then I kind of realized that maybe it wasn't the best idea trying. But I'd already kind of committed. I just, like, kind of half-heartedly committed, and yeah. That was barely a touch as well. Such a light contact, but just enough to make him lose the rear. Yeah, I feel like I should have either committed. I should have committed harder or not at all. I don't like doing that. Like sort of half committing to a move. But yeah, it was kind of one of the moments where I was like, I don't really feel confident about this. So sort of tried to peel back a bit, and it didn't really. It didn't really work out. I mean, if this wasn't AC, that probably wouldn't have been an incident. I think he got a penalty somewhere around here. Where is it? Oh yeah, here. He goes wide here. Very wide. Penalties are quite strict for the Porsche curves, so there are some strict penalties in general. There I just about stayed within the limits. I'm surprised he didn't try and coast through here. I don't know how big the penalty was, though. Maybe he did, actually. Yeah, I think he did a bit through the end. But obviously that put me right back up. I wonder, actually, what happened to Phil here? Phil dies. Where is he? Oh, he's all the way up there. Oh, he spins. Oh, that's unlucky. Yeah, because it's a little off camber into here, and I just threw him off. Yeah, and he goes into the gravel. And back through the gravel. And I was lining up, but then I was like, no. With us catching up to Phil, I didn't think it was really going to work very well. Yeah, with the way Slipstream works in AC, it kind of makes it hard to complete runs on people. Because, like, you see, I go for the overtake on Jim. I mean, admittedly, Phil does give Jim some Slipstream, but Jim would have pulled back in anyways, even without Phil's assistance. We kind of just both towed him along. Because, I mean, I've explained this a few times before, but side drafting in AC kind of works the wrong way. Instead of being a negative impact, it gives both cars a positive impact. It's not quite as strong as being behind someone, but if two cars run parallel, they will run faster than a car on their own, which is not how it works. But in AC, it is. Typically, you side draft someone by stalling out the air on their wing and giving them more dirty air, really, which slows them down, and then you try and like pull away so that you can profit off of the momentum shift. But yeah, AC doesn't work. You just make the other car faster. Yeah, you got it. You got it all ship-shape here. So I took my opportunity to put me back up to 4th place. And I think Phil starts actually fuel saving AAT. Oh, the Ferrari also has a 7th gear. I mean, this is very much... I guess the Ferrari did have an advantage here. Not massive. I think it did. I think the extra gear and the extra little splash of fuel definitely pays off. But I made the series, I put 2 times fuel consumption, and then I picked Williams, so I fucked myself there. I had no one to blame other than myself. Yeah, here I started backing off big time, so I was like... I kind of knew that Mattia was going to go on to another lap. So I was like, I'm going to just... not push. Make sure I cross the line with like 20 liters of fuel. At least. And yeah, kind of ended up falling back to last because I was maybe going a little slow. Yeah, and then I sort of pushed it again this lap. See how hard the others are fuel saving. Doesn't really seem like Jim is. Phil. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's lifting a little bit. Not a lot. About Hanu. Yeah, Hanu's running into here. A lot slower on the gear changes. But then again, there is one less gear to play with. Not seem too bad though. Oh yeah, Yari definitely saving. Big old lift. Oh, we're a little wide there. What about Mattia? Let's see, as he comes into Indy. Not really. Not really fuel saving at all. As you compare it to my run through Indy. I'm off the throttle. I'm just letting the car decelerate itself. Didn't even brake. Just letting the car do its thing. Probably should have started doing that from like the beginning of the race, but meh. I pushed it through here, but yeah, Jim got very unlucky through here. Yeah, just a little too much curb, and round he went. Let's see his Phil. Phil's not really saving. He's just being cautious. I think Kansas City ran out. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Right after the line. Seems like Yari had a bit left. What about Mattia? How about does he go over the line? Okay, he still had a few left, yeah. Okay, let's go and pull up the old results. This is going to be a bit of a tank to my championship prospects, but hey ho. I will take the L. Where is that? There you go. Because I only really have myself to blame. I definitely could have hedged a much better result. Three minutes 13 though, holy moly. 3 seconds faster than anyone else. Granted, others might have been fuel saving a bit more, but... See what? Midfield laps. 313... 330, 319, 317, 316, 316, 340. Yeah, he wasn't fuel saving at all. If he was doing it very tactically. Yeah, because I was doing like 320s with saving. Of course, those were my 2 incident laps, but 319, 319, 320, 316. Three 13, 317, 319, 318, 316, 318. Yes, I was the quickest out of the rest of the field. Which makes it extra of a shame that I had to be a moron and crash. Oh, did Jim run out of fuel before he got to the finish? It says he only had 6 laps. Huh. That's extra unlucky then for spinning up into the gravel. Yeah, Mattia won, Yari second, and third. Nearly. I say nearly, there's like a 22-second gap. I was like nearly a finish 1-2, but Not quite. It was kind of a... You just get pretty close between those two, though. Pretty close between me and Phil as well at the end. Yeah, the rest of the grid was quite tight. Mattia, though, just managed it like an absolute beast. And, well, ultimately got the spoils. Bit of a mess this graph for everyone else. Or for everyone, really. Henry seemed to have the most steady race. Starting second, ultimately finishing third, only losing a place to Mattia. And then to... Actually... Because I lost it to Mattia, then lost it to Phil, then gained it back from Phil, but then lost it to Yari. It's funny how that works out. These laps are quite long though, so... Of course, this graph tells even less of the full picture. But as you can see, me from third up to first, and then crash down. The fool I am. Overall point standings, though. Yeah, ouch. 12-point swing in Mattia's favor, which means that he is 13 points ahead, because he was 1 point ahead last week. Yikes. First non-podium finish as well this season. Extra youch. Brings Yari a lot closer, within 7 points. Phil is in third with 365. And Jim is not too far behind on 358. I know, unfortunately, they missed the first round. But does pick up a nice podium to add to that tally. So yeah, I think it might be... I think it's pretty much over for the win, unless something crazy happens. But the rest of the spots are up for contention. Okayama next week. That'll be an interesting one. And then Silverstone to finish things off. Could be also interesting. And I've just noticed it's basically time for the roofs already. I haven't turned a single lap. Which has been great. But we'll see. Might be able to squeak a lap in. If I can find the car and the track in time. Car. RUF RT12 R AWD. Yes, please. And then... I know ZFS fast lap. Where were we last week? I forget. Sebring. I was pretty bad at Sebring. So I think we more want the J. Where is J? Most spot. I think the most spot setup. So most spot I think is quite similar. We'll see how much that works out in actuality. Get ready to plummet down the hill. Oh dear. Didn't hear anything, so we're good. Tires are way cold though. I'll probably change once I get in the server, but it's gonna hamper me a bit. Careful there on the opening. Nice little sweeper down here. And down the hill. Oh. Little bit's feeling quite nice. I think we've warmed up tires. I'll have a better grip on things. These are still very cold. Be a bit early on this braking zone here though. Otherwise I will die. Oh, the understeer from here. Understeering everywhere. On these tires. Really need to get them up to temp. Okay. It should be a little bit more up to temperature now, so hopefully they're going to start behaving a little more. Give this car a bit more beans. Tip anyone this time at the chicane. I think I did that last time we were here, actually. Can't remember who it was I murdered. I did murder someone. Oh, and the SCP race was you, but I mean, last time we did it in SRS. I think I killed someone as well. Feels a lot better now, though. The tires are up. Temp. Sounds like a tradition. Not one I like to keep up, that's for sure. Not one I like to keep up. Oh god. Hopefully today I'll aim for the bushes. Yeah, hopefully today I will not do that. I think when I did it in R Factor 2 I didn't kill anyone. I did kill myself later on. But I don't think that counts, right? Alright. Oh, this fence has no collisions. Alright. We're free. Okay, the car's just died. Freedom. Yeah, like hit speed limit then. No, I'm not. Okay. Christ, I haven't gotten the little ping yet. I'm definitely registered, right? Yeah, I am. Huh. Interesting. The server up? It is. Either I'm deaf or it didn't go off.
Your skin is okay.
Or thank you, boss man. That setup did feel pretty nice, though. I'm inclined to keep it the way it is. Maybe add a little more fuel.
Skin is checked, nothing new, carry on.
Reducing cost by removing ping sound effects. I don't know how much that does actually cost him every time he sends out that notification. I mean, I think it's just tied to the app, so it shouldn't do. Just like an alert thing that comes through the app. Oh. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised by that. I mean, there's plenty of good free examples out there, so why bother? I do admit, though, it is quite funny in video games when you hear stock sound effects. Sometimes. I remember in, I think it's in Tekken 5, there's an animation at the start of a round where one of the characters bangs their fists together. And it makes, like, the most, like, cliche, like, punch sound effect ever. And it just sounds so wrong. At least we'll get to do some laps in this qualifying. But I am realizing we are on week 4, so next week, or maybe even this weekend, I gotta start. Probably it's time to start thinking about new stuff. The next series. Oh, I'm on the steering off. Oh shit. Quick back that time. Seems like the left sides could be pumped up a bit more. bumps and stuff to throw you on. Oh, 117.8. Okay. I think I can do better than that, though. Which is good to see. That's a pretty decent first goalpost. So people doing 18s in practice. And I did an 18 in practice as well, so... see that I'm above that mark. Oh shit, what the hell? Okay. Ow. That was like nothing. I can't stop it now. There we go. That was literally nothing, and it just absolutely killed me. Holy shit. Alright. Hopefully there's nobody around. No, seems like we're good. He already pipped me. Not by much, though, I don't think. But I've essentially thrown away 2 laps of running. So... cracking track, though. Yeah, it's fine. Just my outlap. The race, I think, is going to be about survival, though, more than anything. Which now, live in the race. Of how sketchy it is at points. That's a shabby exit. Over the bloody road. Bit of a bigger gap now. This has got a nice combo though. This car does go quite nicely with this shack. It is a bit feisty, but it does go quite nicely. Be a bit easier to handle with traction control on. I don't know. So I'm running it currently with PC off. Oh, so close. Might be enough to make the difference. Oh, he improves more, and I don't. Fuck. But keep going though, so I can get another shot. But keep going. Might not get one if I don't. I mean, maybe could, but be risky. Might even get 2 chances if I stay out. here with a blazing 3-minute 33. I'm gonna hit the wall, aren't I? God, I'm making a rehash of this. I'm pretty much only gonna get this run, I think. If I mess this up, I gotta be quick. And 16.9. Yeah, he's only making incremental gains, so I think it's not great. I think with a nice sweeping gain, should be able to knock him off. Just gotta really push this. Over 14 Reiki. And here we are fighting over 16s. I don't know if he's cut anywhere though. He might have just cut the opening chicane. Team 5, that wasn't great, but we get another shot. Down to third at the moment, though. Rob, I think, is taking the provisional pole. 16.8, unless Yari has improved again. A bit risky over the grass there. It worked. Maybe. Let's see. Eight. 7 1,000ths. Look at that. 0.0007. Arg. So close. I think that should a little bit extra fuel. I think that should be good for the race. It's very tight though, with top 3 in qualifying. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see how this race goes. Just for the luck, I will need it. Very safely. Oh, someone's up in the bot. I don't know who that is. It's pretty unlucky. Hopefully they clear that penalty though, otherwise they might be disqualified. I think they did though. All good. Easy to look at my mirrors though. whip on the old traction control a bit. See if this gives me much help. In regards to not dying around here. Probably should just stay in third. To be honest, I don't think second is giving me that much of a help. Bit deep. Braked a little early there, but that's okay. They got very wide there. Don't really have anywhere to go though. Already we're safe to go. I'm just gonna set them behind. Oh, a lot of understeer there. We live. Oh, Rob's gone wide. It's very unlucky there. He's off into the wall. Like everything is getting clogged up. It's lovely. 62, 150 and 8 though from Yari. Jeez. He's putting his foot down. He's laying on the pressure. It's a lot easier though, or a lot more manageable with the traction control on. No doubt a bit gimped on power in places, but it's less likely to just snap off into a tree and kill me, so it's definitely a positive. It's gonna run me down through here. I've gone a bit too hot. I don't wish there was a layout without that chicane, but it is what it is. Or if the chicane was just reworked a bit to be a bit more friendly for overtaking. Even if it was slower, I wouldn't mind that. Disqualified? Oh no. Guess he must have run wide. Yeah, the chicane is pretty brutal because it's just before the finish line. There's a few penalty zones there. And if you hit those and you don't notice, you really don't have a lot of time before you get disqualified to do anything about it. So I guess it's a big kick in the teeth in regards to how AC's penalty system works, but it is what it is, unfortunately. There he is. All over my rear bumper, though. He's not quite found a way through yet, though. Might have just given him one. And he was a bit sloppy through there as well. Tia not on the leaderboard though, which is surprising. Must have had an off somewhere. Well, that was really bad from me through there. I think Gary's definitely quicker. I just hold track position at the moment. I am just holding him up, which I am okay with doing. Especially given that it means I am leading the race. Oh, it's really carried me out wide there. He's got such a big overspeed. Is he going to do anything with it? Nope. Yeah, see, it's just tricky. You can't really do much through here. It's a pretty fast chicane, but if anything, I would rather it be slower, but allow for more overtaking. These first couple of corners are quite nice for battling, but it is pretty tricky around the rest of the track. I don't know if I cut him off there. I didn't mean to, but I might well have done. Oh, I've gone quite deep. Just trying to power out. Mattia is on the leaderboard now. 12 seconds back, though. He definitely must have had a bit of a wobble somewhere. Was Yari trying it? Put his nose in, but he didn't quite make it work. Oh, it's a bit too much. Oh, I've cut that a bit as well. Absolutely nailed that curb. Holding him up, something massive, but working, so. Still 12 minutes to go, though. So, I gotta survive 12 more minutes of this. Maybe up to 13 or 14, even. Depends on how much extra we lodge in. With extra laps and whatnot. A little bit of grass there, that didn't help. My butt clenches every time I go over that little crest there. It just spits you out so wide up to that wall. Be so careful. 15.9 though. Picking up the slack a little bit. Oh, over 10 minutes left. The engine didn't have that. I need to try and trust in the all-wheel drive a bit more, though. Carrying me through these corners. I don't think I'm fully making use of it at the moment. A little bit of grass there. Oh, I hit that. Curb. 15.978. Yeah, he is faster still. Terrible run through that corner, but unintentionally stocked him up. Which helped. I mean, he didn't have a run on me down here. That's really what I need to do at the moment, is just be a brick wall. car in the right spot, and he hopefully can't get past me. Easier said than done. Still got 9 minutes left. Too inclined in rear-wheel drive cars. I keep trying to lift off instead of keeping my foot down just a little bit. Keep that front end pulling. Oh my god, that was terrible. I very nearly got disqualified there. I saw that penalty marker flash. Complete disaster, but oh well. We're still in the running, so I'll take that. It's very much huge clinch though. Yeah, he's now got clean air, but on the flip side, he will pull away, likely, but it does mean he might start pushing more. It does put me more vulnerable to Mattia, who'll be likely closing up behind. Potentially makes Yari more open to a mistake. We'll see. Also helps alleviate some pressure on me, I guess, which is good. Seven minutes still. This chicane is just lethal. Absolutely lethal. Here's still quite a ways back. He's gaining, I think, but he's still a ways back there. Not a imminent threat. And hopefully I can run decent enough pace to stave him off until the end. Or if I can catch Yari again, I'm not so sure. I think that's going to be more down to him making blunders and me not. Well, I would still be leading if I didn't make blunders. It's definitely done a bit of a number on my tires as well, which I don't think are going to be as happy to repay the favor later on in the race. Time is winding down though. I was a little bit quicker than him that lap, actually. But not by enough to really close up that gap. I also think I made a bit of a blunder of this first corner. Big focus races tonight, actually. But the first one was a very different kind of focus. It was more on fuel. This one's just not dying. I guess there was still a big semblance of not dying in the F1 cars as well, but not quite as big as here. Nice straights to break it up. Here it's pretty much constant. Shrug off death. So I'm guessing Mattia's 114 qualifying likely was with a chicane cut. Oh, that was risky. I was a little bit quicker again though. I am chipping into his advantage. Not enough to threaten him come the end of the race, but maybe enough to make him consider pushing just a little bit more. Minutes are closing down, though. So I need to start making bigger moves if I want to try and actually make this legit. If I can keep him on edge and keeping him pretty much exactly where I want him. This always fun racing here. It's just a bit of a shame about the opening chicane complex and the penalty zones as well. And these curbs that are just diabolical. But other than that, it's pretty great. Oh, I was a little slower that time. Batir is chipping away slowly but surely, but I think he's too far back to really make much of an impression. I can see him in the mirror just about. But as long as I don't snuff it in these last few laps, we should be good to hold on to the second place at the very least. But I do want to try and keep pressure on Yari as much as I can, at least. Maybe coax him into a bit of a mistake. So we're actually catching up to Hanu. Likely has maybe made one of his own. Probably not a very good place either. Looks like he might have taken himself back to the pits though, I'm not sure. It's very scruffy for me there through the end here. Just scruffy through the chicane. Oh wow. Only 1/1000 separating us though. That lap. Here a little bit quicker, but again, not really enough to pose a threat. And he's just down the mirrors. And he disconnected, unfortunate. Yeah, pretty close to the end now. A couple more laps. That's not ideal. He's holding on pretty nicely though, which is bad for me. I'm just slipping back into rear-wheel drive mentality again. Need to stop doing that. .7 for Yari. He's really laid the gauntlet down now. Final lap this time around. And he held on. Oof. Pretty good. I think the timing's gonna say at the end though. We've got this chicane to get right. .8. It's a 4-attempt swing there at the end, but not enough. It's pretty fun though. Ooh. And I think given what happened, I think I'm pretty lucky. I was unlucky with the spin. Oh, I didn't send. Damn. Oh yeah, I was fucking lucky. He said unlucky. I was very much lucky. I should have been disqualified from that. The fact that I wasn't was, oh, I just saved it. Oh. Get up the old replay. Alrighty. Very cautious start from everyone. Oh. Getting overcooked it a bit, I think. Bit unlucky there. God, you can see how much it's bouncing. Track was held to abuse. It was abuse to everyone, to be honest. Car was bumping around all over the place. Nowhere was safe. Nowhere and nobody was safe. Humpty Bumpty. Yeah, ultimate Tia though. Oh, hang on, playing with fire. Tia must have died at some point though. He was quite far off at the end. They're behind yet. I thought this was quite fun though. Handful, but fun. Yeah, skidding everywhere under the brakes. Oh yeah, it's a little too wide. Away he went up into the wall, straight into the wall. Did you do similar? No. Had to have gone off somewhere. I guess he was pretty close to Hanu. Oh. No. Fine. Could probably maybe get a penalty. Oh. Oh yeah, a little bit too quick. Ooh. That chicane is pretty savage. Honestly, if those curves were just a little bit lower, I think it'd be fine, or just a bit smoother. But yeah, with the way it is, it's quite tough. Yeah, Yari was definitely way faster than I was, though. I basically just spent this opening bit holding him up. Oh. Cool. Unlucky from Hanu. Just a bit of an overcook, I think. Oh, yeah, it started here. Over the crest. Lost the rear. And in the grass, and it's... Yeah. And then through the the wall that isn't actually a wall. And it gets through. Mattia back here. Oh, I guess this is when Henning got disqualified. How did that happen then? He gets in a bit deep, hits the curb again. Oh, I think he just strayed too wide. And that would have given him a penalty. Yeah, tire wall is there for a very important reason. To tell you how far you can go before you get disqualified. I guess Mattia was just struggling to make moves. Rather than he crashed. Oh, Jim went very wide there. Does he get the move done though? No, he backs out. He's trying. He's trying. He wants to get past. He can't find a way through. Oh, it's unlucky though. Easily done. Just overcooking it into the gravel. Definitely can overtake through these first couple of corners though if you get the run right. But yeah, Yari was stuck behind my slow ass. Impeding him everywhere he went. Until... Where is it? I was getting slightly faster. Slightly faster. But it wasn't enough. He was still quicker. Get out this lap. I think it's this next one, maybe? Oh, here we go, yeah. Oh, I was so lucky here. So lucky. Like, yeah, I got a little bit on the grass on the braking, I think. Oh no, maybe I missed the grass. I did catch it a little bit, but I overdid it on the braking. Lost the rear. Absolutely hung the car out. But, I think I killed off just enough speed in time. I can't actually see what it says in the speed. 36. Okay, I think I cleared just... I cleared the penalty just before I crossed the line. I think. So lucky. I lived the fight on. Oh, someone had a bit of a stop back there. It's Rob, I think. Oh. Yeah, overcooked it. Oof. Oh, no. Yeah, those brakes are pretty tough into the, that chicane. Oh, oop. Click the fast forward button. Yeah, just a whisk over. I had a really funny crash in qualifying, or in practice. Oh, I think it was in qualifying. I clipped this curb funny, and it fired me out across the river. Go into free camera. Get the replay if I have it still. But it fired me out across the river. Into the trees over here. That's unlucky. I think it's pretty much what our race ended. We just kind of traded laps of each other. I tried to close up, but couldn't quite do it. Oh, this is before I threw it away then. There you go. Yeah, such a big slowdown, that chicane. It looks like people are crashing when I'm looking at the mini-map. I don't know if anything happened anywhere else, though. Mattia steadily gained. Don't know if Jim maybe caught up. But yeah, nothing... Oh, a little bit of gravel there. Yeah, me. Oh, I recovered from that pretty nicely. I don't think. Yeah, see, we pretty much. We're actually the two closest cars on track at this point. And yeah, he'd take a little bit out of me. I'd take a little bit back out of him. It was just a back and forth, really. Where, like, I was chipping away ever so slightly, but just not enough to really get it done. It seemed like pretty much everyone was in a similar boat. Just trying to chip away at the car ahead and keep all four wheels on the track. See if I have that qualifying crash there, because that was quite funny. I think it was in qualifying. I could be wrong. I get the practice as well, just in case it was practice. Yeah, it was like the tiniest nick of the curb, and the car was just... There we go. I think it'd be here. It's going pretty fine. Jim pulled off. And I had a clear open track. Yeah, look at that. It's gone. And away I go. Tumbling through the trees. Yeah, I seen now. I just hooked this curb and that, but as soon as I bounced back on, the car just went left, and away I went. We almost went up to the top of the hill. I couldn't stop the car then because it was sliding down there. I had to slide all the way back down before I get back to the pit. It's still funny that this car does have... There's a speedo in, like, the center console. But, like, you basically can never see it. I don't really know what the point of it is. It's just kind of... It's just kind of there. It looks like there's meant to be stuff behind it, so I don't know if that was there in the actual car. It might have been. Actually, maybe though. Oh, there's like a panel. Yeah, there's a radio underneath, so I don't think it was meant to be. But it's just kind of here. So there's like this battery monitor. I guess the battery monitor is fine being down there. But like, you've just got this down here, which... Oh. It works, but it doesn't... You can't see it. Even in VR, I feel like you probably wouldn't look at it much. Yeah, I just got over the curb. Just enough, I think, to drop those wheels down. Yeah. Get a very slight bounce. And the car just decided, though, as soon as it landed, it was just going to hard pitch left. Was I steering left? Oh, I did a little bit. That one little flick to the left was enough to just completely throw it off. Brilliant. Let's bring up the old results, though. There we go. So Yari took the win over myself, then Mattia, Rob, Jem, Hanu, Henning, respectively. Henning unfortunately disqualified. Like, Hanu did have a big offer, so I didn't see that. But I guess he then eventually retired. Pretty clean, or very clean from the top 3. Couple of knocks, but it's not too bad for the rest of the grid, given how unpredictably bumpy this track was. It's hard to tell where you were going any one moment. Pretty close lap times as well. 15.7 from Yari, 15.8 from me, 15.8 from Mattia as well. It's just a little bit quicker though. Just a little bit. I'll take that. 116.3 from Rob, 117.0 from Jim, 17.9 from Hanu, and a 20.2 from Henning. But yeah, not too bad of a lap time spread, especially amongst the top 3. Rob not too far as well. Pretty good stuff. Some jumps, obviously. Me taking the lead from Rob, because he unfortunately fell. Then Yari taking the lead from me when I slipped up. Mattia steadily climbing. Kind of hit his limit. And pretty stagnant after that, though. His last few laps. But, it's not too bad. Overall point standings. Yari takes the lead. I don't think he was in the lead prior, but he is now. By... Actually, no, it's quite a healthy margin, so I think he was in the lead last week. Yeah, I think Mosport did cripple Mattia's chances. He's 13 points to the good. I'm only 4 points behind Mattia, so it's very close to second. I have 1 second and 3 thirds, so consistently on the podium. Of course, last week that wasn't much of an achievement. Given that there was a 75% chance that I would be on the podium. But the other weeks, been a bit more of a fight. That was actually my best result as well, second place. It's not too bad. Rob in 366. So a little bit off. What's that? 17 points off of myself. Not an insurmountable gap, but will be pretty hard. Grobnik next week, though, which will be interesting. Probably pretty similar, just a bit less crazy on the elevation changes. Probably still a bit bumpy, though. That's something you will have to be wary of. And then VIR to finish things up in this car. But yeah, so next week is VIR. Oh, it's Akayama in the the F197s, and then Grobnik in the RUF RT12 1969 on the Monday 2 pack-in track. That one is 2. But I think that's pretty much everything that I have for now. There are a couple little bits I do want to get sorted and maybe released out into the wild. Like a little like sort of poll or survey or whatever. Kind of just gauge people's feelings on different things. That I'll yeah, hopefully get that out soon. Just to kind of shape where we're going with a blood type test. No, it's just going to be a generic thing about like the different things, sort of split into categories of the different kind of things that I do. Just try and gauge people's interests and where things are, and see see where there's room for improvement. Because there's always room for improvement. And if people want change, then I am willing to accommodate. You know, obviously we have talked at length videos about some things. But yeah, this will cover, as I said, this will kind of cover everything. There will be, I saved you the survey. It's not just about videos though. It's gonna be, obviously, content will be a part of it. But also in regards to the special events that I run, so like Race of Binners, Binwood, the unannounced one that'll be coming later in the year and stuff like that. But also SRS as well, any changes that people may want with that. And also the Discord, if there's, you know, I'm still not really sure what I want to do with the Discord. You know, the activity sort of picked up a little bit recently. So it's kind of have to, it's sort of in a weird limbo state where I was originally only intending it as like a temporary thing for events, but if people want it as like a bit more of a community place, I can accommodate, but no point if people aren't going to use it, sort of deal. But yeah, all of those things will be covered. And yeah, so keep an eye out for that. I'll post out about it. I wonder why I did. Activity breeds activity. That's for sure. So yeah, be on the lookout for that over the next couple of days. I did say it last week that I might have been back on Friday for a live stream. I might be back this Friday for a live stream. Sort of ran out of time last Friday. But I think I'll have a bit more time this Friday because I got a surprise announcement from work that I got half day on Friday, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, a bit more time to prepare, get my shit in order on Friday, so might come up with a bit of a live stream. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Unless you want more rattling off about the car. But nothing crazy interesting. But yeah, I mean, I took it out on the back. Finally got to take it out on the country roads at the weekend, which is pretty great. Kind of waiting. That was like the big test. Like I've driven it on a motorway. It's fine. Which motorway probably arguably the bigger test for the car, given that a lot of people were like, "Oh no, you're gonna die on the motorway because the car's so small." And it's like, no, motorway driving. That was like literally the first thing I had to do in the car, though. And he survived that perfectly fine. No complaints there. But I did finally get to take it out for a bit of a blast in the country roads. Took my brother out, and we had a good bit of fun, actually. That was pretty great. Even with a passenger in, it still pulls quite nicely. You know, the Citroen would struggle like hell. Even without a passenger. So with a passenger, it would struggle even more up hills. But we went up a pretty steep hill. Old Lord Cappuccino handled it perfectly. And it's on, like, completely shabby old tires as well. That are, like, random as hell. Which, I will be getting new tires fitted on Saturday. It's kind of like the first thing I wanted to do to it, is actually get a set of tires that are equal on all four sides and are new. Because I don't know how old the current tires are. And they're also just random tires. So that'll help make the car. The windscreen has got a chip in it, though, so I've got to get that fixed on Thursday. But luckily, they're coming to me to do that, so it makes life easy. Not really anything major, but obviously, the last thing I want is to have to find a new windscreen. I want to avoid finding new parts for this car as much as possible. Because they won't be easy. Did I rice it yet? No. I don't intend to. I intend to keep it as stock as possible. The only thing on the car that's not stock, to my knowledge, is the radio. And that's it. Everything else is, I think, as it rolled off the showroom in 1993. A couple of bits might have been replaced here or there, but they're all to the same, if not equivalent, specification than what the car originally had. So, and that's kind of how I intend to keep it. I think if I am going to buy any sort of cosmetics of the car, it'd probably be new wheels, and that's about it. But the main thing with new wheels, if anything, would actually be buying a more convenient size. It was surprisingly tricky to find the right set of tires for the car, so because they yeah, well, K cars aren't very common outside of Japan, so there isn't much of demand for those kind of tires. So the kind of tires I was looking at were for like economy cars. Not really what you want. But, had to make concessions. This should be fine, though. It's essentially what the car's on now, and it held the road pretty fine on Sunday, so expect it'll only be better with newer rubber and all that jazz. But yeah, I definitely do intend to kind of keep the car pure, or as pure as I can, really. Major modifications wouldn't happen unless things went completely tits up with the car. Other than that, I'm quite happy with it the way it is, so I don't see any reason to change it. Needs a clean already, though, because they did a terrible job at resurfacing our road, and it's getting dust everywhere. The rain didn't help either. But, yeah, great little car, though. I was kind of worried when I first picked it up. There was a lot of apprehension. I was worried that, like, it wouldn't work on the motorways. It would be uncomfortable to drive. The passengers would have a nightmare fitting in it. That it would be a complete rusty heap and fall apart immediately. But so far, so good. Fingers crossed. It's a pleasure to drive. It runs quite nicely. There's more space in it than you'd think. Passenger legroom is pretty great. The only problem I have in terms of space, as per se, is the lack of door pockets. There's no pockets in the doors. It does make up for that a bit by having a shelf behind you. That you can put some stuff in. But yeah, you can't stuff anything in the doors. And also, the steering wheel is massive. Which I think I've said before, but yeah, you do... it's fine driving, but when getting in and out, I tend to brush my leg against the steering wheel. And trying to get in or out. Because it is just huge for the car. It's not so bad for me, but for a taller person, I think that would be a problem. And, like, the only real things that I've picked up that are wrong with the car at the moment are largely pretty minor things. So, hopefully it stays that way. But I will be... over time, you know, hopefully looking at the car in a bit more detail. And maybe working out what work needs to be done. Like, I think the brakes might need replacing. But I'm not sure on that front. Car stops okay, but I think it could maybe stop a bit better than it currently does with a fresh set of pads and fresh fluid. But yeah, I don't want to blow all my money on it at the moment, so it's going to be bit by bit. You're above 180 cm. I think the main problem would be, actually, it's more if that height is mostly from the torso, I think that's where you'd maybe have a problem. If it's in the legs, though, driving it maybe would be uncomfortable, but being a passenger, you'd be fine, I think. My brother's a fair bit taller than me, and he got in quite fine. His head was a little close to the roof. We ended up taking the roof off anyways, because it was a nice day, so I just ran it as a Targa. But yeah, he said he had, like, plenty of legroom, so... I don't know what his exact height is, though. But he's definitely a fair bit taller than I am. So I'm right away to guess how fat the person is. No. No, I mean, even if you're skinny, the distribution between your upper body and your lower body in terms of height, it varies from person to person. Some people have really long legs, other people have quite long torsos. So it kind of changes. You can recline the seats a bit, but I doubt much. Yeah, it's not like also as if it's like a car that you have to be like skinny to get in either. Like I'm not the lightest person around, and neither is my brother. And both of us don't have any problems, or didn't have any problems, really. Obviously, it is a small car, so there are concessions. Or, you know, you do still have to be realistic, but it can fit more than you'd think, is generally what I'm trying to get at here. I think that's one thing that shocked me, really. I mean, A, you don't understand just how small the car is until you see it in person. But you also don't understand how roomy it is inside. Or, like, how... roomy's maybe the wrong word, but how much space you have inside until you get in it. Because your first assumption would be like, God, I'm not fitting in that. But you get inside and it's like, this actually ain't too bad. Again, I would have liked maybe a little bit more like cubby holes to put stuff. Cubby hole space. But, you know, it is a very small car, so... And rear-wheel drive as well, so rear-wheel drive does take up more space. It's like there's a box in the center console. Well, not the center console, sorry, like the sort of like center bit. There's like a center box just behind the gear stick and the handbrake. And that box is not much deeper than my mobile phone. So I could fit my phone in there, but only just about. It's not very deep at all. So, like, you are quite limited to what you could fit in there. But that's because you basically sat right on top of the gearbox, so... I don't think there is a lot of space they could use to go down. But, yeah. Overall, pretty good so far. Maybe in the future, I'll get around to shooting some footage with it, and maybe making a couple of videos on the car. But we'll see. I do want to, you know, I do want to take it on some adventures throughout the year. But we'll see what we get with that, because it's kind of just going to be off the cuff. The channel car? What do you mean? If you mean for, like, imagery and stuff? Replacing the Estonia. Probably not. The Estonia is a bit more distinct. I mean, the Cappuccino is bone stock. And it's in the most common color as well, red. So... But, yeah. I don't think it will. Maybe in the future it will, I don't know. But for now, no. I don't really have any express intentions. But will definitely appear more. Infinitely more than my previous car, which didn't appear at all. Can be blue. True. You like the color blue. They did actually sell it in blue, but not in the UK, which is very sad. Yeah, Japan got a lot of extra colors for the car, but because it was such a limited run in the UK, they only did the 2. I actually would have I think I like the silver more out of the 2 colors we got. But the red, I mean, I don't hate the red at all. The red's perfectly fine. And the red does have the advantage that it stands out more. Which is good because the car's so small, you kind of want to make sure you're seen on the road. So having it be in a pretty bold color does make it quite hard to miss. You know, if it was grey, it would... The silver would blend in a bit more. And it's not like a, ooh, look at me, look at my shiny car thing. It's like a, I don't want to get flattened by an SUV sort of thing. So having a bright red car kind of makes up for the diminutive stature in terms of like the presence that it has. But I definitely do prefer more, like, understated sort of colours. I don't know, I quite like more understated colours on cars. Like, sort of more darker tones, because this is, like, a bright red. Apparently they sold a brighter red. I don't know what that looked like. Probably closer to pink than red. Because this is an eye-catching red. We dig up the image of when it was like... I first got it. Yes, was it? Oh, that's way too big. Shrink that. Yeah. Oh, it's now too low. There you go. Oh, that's stretched. Oh, hang on. Make this small, and then. I think it's still a bit narrow. I've ruined it. He's wide, very wide. Yeah, see, that's what it looked like when it... yeah, it's still too wide. Whatever. That's what it looked like new. It still looks like that largely now. It's a bit dusty at the moment. Oh, so holding shift... Oh. Works the opposite way around here. Holding shift makes it ununiformly zoom. Not holding shift makes it uniformly zoom. Okay, noted. Yeah, see, that stands out quite a lot compared to all the other cars in the background. Which, yeah, is good, because it's also a lot bigger. I don't know if I've shown off the... I don't know if I've shown off this image here. But look at that. That's a leaf to the left. A Nissan fucking Leaf. And it's comfortably outsized. Oh, you know what, actually? I just remembered something. I left the antenna on the floor. Oh. I went and covered the car up earlier. out on the driveway, because it's due to rain. I meant to do it at the weekend, but then I was like, it'd be fine, I'll do it Monday morning. Then it rained. And then the car was wet, so I couldn't cover it up. But now I put the cover on it today. I remembered, I unscrewed the aerial. And I usually put it in the boot, but I didn't have the keys with me, so I just put it on the floor. I forgot to pick it up when I went inside. So it's just out there on the floor still. Bollocks. I'll go and pick it up in a minute. Yeah, new color Segarang's grayscale, yeah. I don't mind it too much with, like, I don't mind understated colors on cars. I quite like them. But yeah, like, for some cars you want a bit more, want something a bit more vibrant. Something a bit more eye-catching and interesting. Which a lot of new cars don't have, and if they do, it ends up looking really bad. Like, old cars could pull some of those colors up a lot better than new cars. Some new cars look pretty atrocious with their, like... I feel like they try too hard when they go for funny colors on new cars. It's like, so you end up with, like, really weird things. That's like, who asked for this? I don't remember when everything is the same, yeah. At least some still tries. Yeah. Speaking of newer cars, actually. It's quite pricey, but I saw the new... They announced a new Morgan today, and that looks quite nice, I think. It's either today or yesterday. Like, it's basically the same as what they've done, but it's been, like, quite tastefully modernized. Morgan is still around, yeah. What do they call it? Morgan. It's not the plus 6, no. Oh, Super Sport, that's what it's called. But yeah, no, yeah, it's still around. It's just they're quite a low volume manufacturer. They make cars to order, so they're not really cars you're gonna see lying around on showrooms and stuff. Yeah, the new one I think is it's quite a tasteful blend. Let me go and oop, that's way too zoomed in. Hang on. Fit the screen. Yeah, look at that. That's not too bad. I think that looks quite respectable for a new, compared to a lot of other new cars at least. There it is in blue. It's quite pricey though, £102,000, but Morgans were quite pricey anyways. But yeah, they're very much still around. If you want something that looks a bit more traditional, I mean, this is like, still make this as well. The plus 4. But still very, very much old school. Looks a bit low poly. That rear from the side looks a bit odd. Maybe, but it's not easy to make the classic car. I mean, yeah, there's this. I mean, I take that over this. So, because this is what happened last time they tried to make a more modernized design. In the front, it doesn't look too bad, but ooh. I think... Oh. And YouTube thumbnails. I don't mind that. Caddy rear. Guess. Cool. I think I'm going to wrap things up here. Because like I said, I need to go and pick up the car antenna from the back, from the front garden. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add. Pretty much exhausted tanks. So yeah, thanks everyone who come out and raced. Thanks everyone who stayed around and chatted for a bit. Yeah, I can Discord. Just give me a couple of minutes. And yeah, I'll see you guys all next week. And maybe later this week. I don't know. Adios.